Okay, we're starting Unit 6. Much of Unit 6 we've already covered in previous chapters, but we'll do a quick review. And there is one new aspect to it because they're throwing ratios in there also. So we're going to see how ratios relate to fractions and percents and decimals. Okay? Real quick, when you are converting from a percent to a fraction, if you have 15%, all that I have to do is rewrite that as over 100, because remember, let's rewrite it as 15%. Okay, 15%, which is also 1500, can be written as 15 over 100. Okay, now this reduces, and all we have to do is divide top and bottom, or numerator and denominator, by 5. And you find that 15% is the same as, 3/20. Let me make that a little bit clearer. 3 over 20. So 3 is 15% of 20. Now, after you have a fraction, then you can put it in if you have a reduced fraction, you can write it as a ratio. So this here, the ratio here is just 3 to 20. Just as a fraction is another way to express a ratio, the ratio can be taken from a fraction and expressed thusly. That covers most of what we're doing. There is actually a really good, in your book, on pages 148 and 149, they have a really good look at how to do these conversions. So please take a look at that. Now, the next thing we need to look at is unit conversion. And again, when we're talking about unit conversion, we're going to set it up as proportions. And you'll see, what I mean when I'm saying that unit proportions are so critical, or be able to work proportions is so critical to so much of math that you do. Let's say that you had to convert how about 5 inches to centimeters. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at how to do this. And we're going to set this up. We could do it either way, but since inches was listed first, I'm going to just write inches over centimeters. I always write this on the side just so I don't get confused. In your book, they actually continue to write inches and centimeters every single time, but I don't find that's necessary. If you have your inches and your centimeters off to the side, you won't get confused. And then remember, all you're doing is setting up 2 proportions, so which is 2 equal fractions. Remember that 1 inch is equal to 2 54/100ths, or as we like to say, 2.54 centimeters. So 1 inch and 2.54 centimeters, that's the conversion. Now we have to find out, what does 5 inches equal? We don't know, that's what we're trying to find out. Let's use an m this time. Now this looks familiar, doesn't it? At this point, to solve, all you have to do is cross multiply. There's a really easy way, just times 5 times 5, but we'll cross multiply just to keep it in practice. 1 times m is just m, is going to equal to 5 times 2.54. I'll do that work off to the side. 2.54 times 5. 4 times 5 is 0, carry a 2. 5 times 5, 25, and 2 is 27, carry a 2. 5 times 2 is 10, and plus 2 is 12. Where do I put my decimal? In my original problem, I have 2 to the right, so in my answer, I have 2 to the right. And so 5 inches is going to equal 12 7/10 centimeters. And that's how you do a unit conversion. How are we doing on time? we only have one thing really left to cover, but we're right at 5 minutes, so and it's a little more complex. So why don't I just stop it now and we'll start with the next one.